Demons. They're the things nightmares are made of, lurking in the shadows, whispering temptations. The Bible? Well, it's got plenty to say about these sinister beings. Think of demons as the ultimate adversaries in the spiritual realm. They're the fallen angels, the rebels who defied God and were cast out of heaven. And now, they're stuck in a cosmic detention, causing mischief and mayhem wherever they go. The Bible paints a vivid picture of these entities, and it's not pretty. They're described as powerful, cunning, and downright nasty. But fear not. Well, maybe just a little. We're about to dive into the dark side of Scripture and uncover the secrets of these biblical adversaries. So how did these demons come to be? Were they always evil, lurking in the shadows of our nightmares? The Bible gives us a glimpse into their origin story, and it's a tale as old as time rebellion, a celestial conflict that shook the very foundations of heaven. It all started with Lucifer, the brightest angel in heaven, a being of immense beauty and power. He was beautiful, powerful, and, well, a little too full of himself. His pride knew no bounds, and it was this arrogance that led to his downfall. Pride, as they say, comes before the fall, and fall he did from the highest of heavens to the depths of despair. Lucifer, driven by his desire to take God's place, convinced some of the other angels to side with him. Their defiance was their undoing. Talk about a bad career move. Their choice led them to a fate far worse than they could have imagined. Thus, these fallen angels became the demons we know and, well, know. Their transformation was both physical and spiritual, a complete departure from their former glory. Cast out of heaven like unruly guests at a celestial dinner party, these former angels found themselves in a new, much less glamorous neighborhood, hell, a place of eternal darkness and suffering. And let's just say, they weren't too happy about it. Their new existence was a far cry from the splendor of heaven, filled with regret and torment. Ever wondered what demons do all day, besides their sinister plots against humanity? According to the Bible, these malevolent beings have a busy agenda. They are like the ultimate party crashers, always showing up uninvited and causing chaos. Their primary mission? To lead humans away from God. They are the ultimate tempters, whispering doubts, planting seeds of fear, and encouraging every bad decision imaginable. Think of them as the little devils on your shoulder, only far more insidious. But their arsenal of tricks doesn't stop there. These biblical adversaries are also known for causing disease, inflicting suffering, and generally making life miserable for anyone who crosses their path. And yes, they are notorious for possessing people. It's all part of their dark repertoire. The Old Testament is full of stories about demons wreaking havoc on humanity. It seems no one was safe from their torment, not even the most devout followers of God. From plagues to possessions, these evil entities were the ultimate test of faith. Take Job, for example. He was a righteous man, living a good life. Then, out of nowhere, the demonic forces descended. They killed his family, destroyed his possessions, and covered him in boils. Talk about a bad day. And then there's King Saul. Once a mighty ruler, he found himself tormented by an evil spirit, driven to madness and despair. It's a stark reminder that even the most powerful among us are vulnerable to the influence of darkness. But through faith and God's grace, we can overcome any evil. In the New Testament, we encounter some of the most chilling stories of demonic possession. And no, we're not talking about your run-of-the-mill horror movie stuff. These are biblical-level hauntings. Enter Legion, a man possessed by not one, not two, but a whole legion of demons. We're talking thousands of evil entities crammed into one very unfortunate soul. It's enough to make your skin crawl. The Gospel of Mark describes Legion as a man living among the tombs, cutting himself with stones and crying out in torment. He was a prisoner in his own body, a chilling example of the power demons could wield over humanity. Yet, through the power of Christ, even the most tormented souls can find liberation and peace. The Swine Squad, when demons took a dip in the pig pen. But here's where the story gets interesting, and a little bit funny in a dark humor kind of way. When Jesus encountered Legion, he didn't back down. He confronted the demons head-on and commanded them to leave the man's body. And what did these demons do? They begged Jesus to send them into a nearby herd of pigs. Pigs, apparently, even demons have their preferences, so Jesus, being the merciful soul that he was, granted their request. The demons entered the pigs went mad and ran off a cliff into the sea. It's a scene straight out of a Monty Python sketch, only with a lot less silly walking and a lot more demonic possession. The power of exorcism is a profound aspect of Christian faith, evicting unwanted spiritual tenets. The story of Legion and the Swine Squad highlights a key theme in the New Testament, the power of exorcism. Jesus, and later his disciples, were given authority over demons, the ability to cast them out and free those they had enslaved. Exorcisms were not for the faint of heart. These were intense spiritual battles, often involving shouting, convulsions, and the occasional vomiting of pea soup. Okay, maybe not the pea soup. But they were a powerful testament to the victory of good over evil, of light over darkness. These stories remind us that, even in the darkest of times, hope remains. There is a power greater than the forces of evil, a light that can banish the shadows and set the captives free. Demons and temptations whispering lies in the shadows. But demons weren't just about grand displays of possession and pig-related incidents. They were also masters of subtlety, whispering lies in the quiet moments, planting seeds of doubt in the fertile ground of the human heart. Remember that serpent in the Garden of Eden? The one who tempted Eve with the forbidden fruit? Yeah, that was no ordinary snake. That was a demon in disguise, using cunning and deception to lead humanity astray. And the temptations didn't stop there. Throughout the Bible, we see demons testing the faith of even the most devout, tempting them with power, wealth, and anything else they think might lead them away from God. It's a reminder that temptation can come in many forms, often disguised as something desirable. As Christians, we must remain vigilant, grounded in faith, and seek God's guidance to resist these deceptions. Do demons still haunt us today? We've explored the biblical accounts of demons, but what about today? Do these entities still roam the earth, causing mischief and mayhem? It's a question that has fascinated and frightened people for centuries. Many Christians believe that demons are still very much active in our world, influencing events and individuals in subtle and not-so-subtle ways. Others view them as metaphors for the darkness that resides within us all, the potential for evil that we must constantly strive to overcome through faith and prayer. Whether you believe in literal demons or see them as symbolic representations of evil, there's no denying that the concept continues to resonate deeply within the human psyche. Perhaps it's our fascination with the unknown, our fear of the darkness that lurks at the edges of our understanding. The stories of demons in the Bible, while unsettling, also offer a glimpse into the human condition. These ancient texts, filled with tales of malevolent beings, have captivated readers for centuries. They speak to our fears, our vulnerabilities, and our ongoing struggle with the forces of good and evil that seem to shape our world. These narratives are not just about external entities, but also about the internal battles we all face. Why are we so drawn to these tales of darkness? What is it about these stories that continue to intrigue and haunt us? Perhaps it's because they remind us that we're not alone in our struggles. These stories offer a sense of shared experience, a connection to others who have faced similar fears and doubts. Even the most devout among us face temptations, doubts, and fears. These tales serve as a mirror, reflecting our own inner turmoil and the constant battle between light and darkness within us. And sometimes, confronting those inner demons can be the greatest battle of all. It is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and ultimately, redemption. The stories of demons, both biblical and modern, serve as cautionary tales, reminding us to be vigilant, to guard our hearts and minds against the seductive whispers of darkness. They teach us the importance of staying true to our values and beliefs. They remind us that even in the darkest of nights, a flicker of hope can illuminate the path forward. In the end, these stories are not just about fear, but also about hope, resilience, and the enduring human spirit. Through faith, we find the strength to overcome our fears and the courage to face the darkness, knowing that God's light will always guide us. So there you have it. We've journeyed through the shadowy realms of biblical demonology, uncovering the origins of these dark entities, their mischievous motives, and their uncanny ability to turn the mundane into a supernatural horror show. But beyond the spine-chilling tales and eerie encounters, these ancient stories offer timeless lessons that still resonate deeply today. They serve as a stark reminder that evil exists, manifesting in both spiritual and earthly forms. These tales teach us the critical importance of discernment, of recognizing the subtle and often insidious ways temptation can creep into our lives. Most importantly, they remind us that we are not alone in our battles against these dark forces. There is a power greater than any demon, a divine light that can banish the deepest darkness and guide us toward a brighter, more hopeful tomorrow. And sometimes, facing our fears head-on, even those that lurk in the shadows and go bump in the night, can be the first step toward finding true peace, inner strength, and lasting serenity through faith in God.